If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out, whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant. Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the monorail station.
Hey everybody, welcome to ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Bob Collar. Tim Scott is wrapping up his daughter's high school career with a concert as we record this evening. Apparently, this is, as we normally do, we're up against the gun trying to get you guys a DVC Roundtable show. And most of our DVC Roundtable is gone. Except for the one and only diehard, Joe Quattrochi.
It's more like a bar top.
There you go.
We're just sitting at a bar top right now.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'll try and slide in some bar background music or something in the background. So. Very good. So, Joe, I appreciate you coming on and helping me out for this, what is this, the April edition of the DVC Roundtable.
It's a light month, but we're going to talk to the people.
It was a very light month, and most of it was revolved around Disney's Riviera Resort. Why don't you start us off with the news from Riviera?
Sure. So, according to the Disney Parks blog, our story number one tonight is general sales for Disney's Riviera Resort are now open. So we've discussed that in previous months' shows. The resort is projected to open on December 16th. Disney's Riviera Resort is inspired by the grandeur of Europe, but reimagined using Disney magic. The Disney Vacation Club has a new offer that makes it even easier to vacation in style. It says save up to $6,000 a membership at Disney's Riviera Resort when you purchase by May 31st of this year with DVC directly. And it gives some examples here in the Disney Parks blog. For example, if you purchase between 150 and 174 points, you could save up to $750. 175 points to 199 points, you could save around $2,250. And it goes all the way up to the high end where you purchase between 300 and 349 points. That's where you could save $6,000. So it just depends on how many points suit your family's vacationing needs and also what your budget, what your budget can hold. So, it says here, visit Disney Vacation Club site for details and updated information. So, really going full steam ahead with with sales of Riviera. We've discussed in the past shows about, the resale restrictions on it and stuff like that. But, if you're planning on keeping it, you want to buy direct from Disney, you want to have the flexibility of just staying wherever you want. You go directly through DVC, and they have a little bit of incentives out there for you. Now, if you're spending, $30-something thousand, maybe $6,000, a nice little chunk of change coming back to you. So, they could give you nothing for rebates. At least they're giving you something. So, any perks is better than no perks. So, that's what's going on right now with the sales of with Riviera points. Bob, I can't even talk tonight. I was at the Magic Kingdom until 1 o'clock last night at the annual pass holder night. So
wow.
If I'm a mess right now, that's because I'm working on 3 hours of sleep right now.
Oh, so. Man, you can't burn that candle at both ends, my friend. You can't do it. Can't do it.
Out already. What do you got for?
Since you struggle with that one, I'm going to give you a second chance. Let's drop down to story number 3, because that kind of ties in with what you just got done telling everybody about the purchase points. So I can purchase 150 to 174 points and save $750. What's that going to give me if we drop down to story number 3? Because that talks about how many points for each type of room.
Sure. So, DVCnews.com, great source. We always quote them here. On the show. They have a story here, and it goes into what Bob just said about, what you can get for your points. It says Disney has finally released the points values for Riviera. We've speculated about it in the past. During adventure season, which is the cheapest period of the year, rates started at as low as 11 points per weeknight, and for the 2-person studio towers. So that's those new ones that we kind of, described in, detail. 15 to 18 points per night for the standard or preferred deluxe studio, and 31 to 38 points for a one-bedroom villa, and 40 to 49 points for a two-bedroom villa, and 104 points for a three-bedroom grand villa. So you are going from 11 points to 104 points a night. So Riviera has the has the full gamut of what you want to spend per night for a room at a Riviera Resort, and it gives us some comparisons here. It says to compare weekly points at the resort using the Magic Season, standard view rooms for a tower studio for two people would be 132 points. Deluxe studio would be 160 points. A one-bedroom villa would be 321 points. A two-bedroom villa is 410 points. And a three-bedroom grand villa, it's only going to cost you 1,030 points.
No, but that's for the week, right?
That's for the Magic Season, yes. So I think that would be 8 years worth of points for I think what I owe currently right now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Have we seen pictures of that yet? The grand villas?
I haven't seen. I've seen the new tower studios. You know, we discussed, but I don't. That would be one heck of a villa.
Yeah. That's got to be top floor. You know, there's probably only two of them.
But you know what though, Bob? If they've come up with this number and they've built this unit, that means somebody out there has these points and is willing to use the points for that. So.
Absolutely. I mean,
God bless them. You know,
we talk about it all the time. Everybody complains about how expensive everything is. Oh, Disney's so expensive. They're out. People are paying the money. They're paying for it. So why wouldn't they? You know, hey, we're going to see if we can get somebody's spending 1,000 points for a week. Look at the bungalows. What are the bungalows? Isn't that aren't those close to 2,000 points a week?
Something like that. I mean, it's out of my price range.
You don't even look at those numbers anymore.
Honestly, I don't even go past the studios usually.
Right.
So yeah, I will sacrifice a one bedroom if I really want to get in somewhere. But it's going to be interesting to see what the availability. When this opens, to see what. But you know what? Though we might not even get a true sense of. Because with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opening and all of the new, with the 50th coming up and all the new attractions, we might not even get a proper baseline if this is even, are people just going to be getting the rooms because of all of this stuff opening, or are they going to be getting these rooms because they want to stay at this resort? I mean, we're not really going to get that baseline if it's really that successful or not. I think all the new stuff opening is going to just make these rooms book up. So it'll be interesting to see which ones book up the fastest and which ones don't.
Yeah. When you're talking about those gondolas being able to drop you right in there, that's a big deal. And you're right. I think people are going to be scooping those up just for fun here. So if we want to stay at the 3-bedroom grand villa for the 1,000 points, we could actually potentially save over $18,000 if we purchased the 1,000 points, according to their new offer. I don't even think they'd do that. They'd be like, we're not going to give you $18,000 off. I don't know. Maybe they would.
Maybe they would. I don't know.
Maybe
you just pay cash. Bring cash. Cash is king. I don't need no financing.
I want to meet that person.
Who knows what goes on in these when you're buying a contract that big? I bought mine resale, so everything I did was over email. So,
wasn't it that guy? Some guy in Wisconsin won the $500 million or something lottery or something. So maybe he can do that. I don't know. But this is from the Disney Parks blog as well. I'm going to try and read this in my game show host voice. Disney Vacation Club is running a new sweepstakes. Enter now for a chance to win a stay at Disney's Riviera Resort, projected to open in December at Walt Disney World Resort. Guests staying here will enjoy convenient proximity to the Disney Skyliner system debuting in the fall. The gondolas will whisk you away to Epcot and connect you to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Unless, of course, they break down, and then they got that big lift. Everybody saw that big lift that'll get you off of there? That's nice. One winner and up to 7 guests will enjoy a 5-day, 4-night Disney Vacation Club getaway that includes accommodations in a 2-bedroom villa at the newest Disney Vacation Club property, Disney's Riviera Resort. 3-day Walt Disney World theme park tickets with park hopper option, round trip flights. Wow. For up to 8 people. They never add flights.
Yeah, that's pretty big right there.
Enter now through June 15th at RivieraResortSweeps.com for a chance to win and full details. So
now I have entered this, Bob.
Have you?
They do make you, yes, but if you are going to enter this, give yourself a little bit of time because they make you watch a video. So you have to watch the video before you can officially enter. So
are there okay? So in the video, are there like swirly wheels that and the same phrase is ushered over and over again? Give us your money. Give us your money. Is that?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you said it because for some reason after I got done entering the sweepstakes, I was dialing. I have DVC member services in my cell phone. I was dialing the number. I don't know if I was dialing the number to purchase or I'm not quite sure.
You don't know why.
I don't know why I just started dialing.
Phone was in your hand.
The ATM card was out too. I don't know what was going on.
Your wife splashed water in your face and you woke up.
Yeah,
like,
she's going to send divorce papers over if she sees that. You know what's funny? You talking about the gondola system, Bob, is, like I said before, I was at Magic Kingdom yesterday and, I literally got off the monorail from Epcot and then we were going to transfer over to the Magic Kingdom and literally got the doors open and it goes beep, beep, beep. And it says, they starts playing this audio about how they're having technical difficulties. They had to restart the monorail and it took them like 3 times to do it. I'm just like, wow, I can't wait till the first time they have to restart the gondola system where people are suspended over the air. Like I just, between that and like the forklift that everybody saw out there, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not
I
in
hope
the mood.
I'm really wrong about this. I hope I'm really wrong about this. So.
Oh, you and me both, because it's.
And I'm somebody who's done skiing. I've gone skiing many times and stuff, but it's.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I ride motorcycles for goodness sakes. You ride motorcycles. We're not afraid. All right, we're a little afraid. Yeah. But hey, by the way, everybody, May is Motorcycle Awareness Month.
Yes, look twice, save a life.
It could be me or Joe's, or that could well. That could backfire on me.
Loud pipes save lives and take away your hearing too at the same time as I'm learning firsthand. So anybody so I'm learning enough. Exactly. Anybody who rides a motorcycle will understand that.
Yes.
So.
Always wear ear protection. Yeah, always. All right. So, that's the sweepstakes. That sounds pretty good though. I mean, man, 2-bedroom villa up to 8 people, 5-day, 4-night. Disney Vacation Club getaway. That you got to be part of the Disney Vacation Club. Do you have to be a part of it, or is that just at the DisneyVacationClub.com?
I don't know if you have to be a part of it. I just clicked on the thing and just entered it. So I think if it's a general RivieraResortSweeps.com, it's probably a general website.
Yeah.
For anybody, it's not. You don't have to go through the portal. So I'm sure they want to attract as many people as possible to spread the word about their newest resort. I'm sure they want it to sell out a lot faster than Alani, that's still not sold out yet, or is almost sold out, and how long it took for Boulder Ridge to sell. I'm sure they want to try to sell this as fast as possible,
right?
So they can get started on the nursing home over at Fort Wilderness. So. It's funny. I constantly make fun of that, and I'm probably going to love it when it's built. So.
Right, exactly.
I think I don't like the name or anything. I think I was just really banking Bob on just having it be Disney's River Country Resort. I mean, I really wanted that deep down. I mean, I said that on the show. And it didn't go with our suggestions here, so
they could have incorporated. I mean, and maybe they still will. Maybe because Disney does listen. They pay attention to social media and they listen. Maybe they will incorporate some of Old River Country within maybe a mini kind of indoor water park thing would be kind of cool.
And they could have modeled the whole. I mean, the theming was already done for them. Yeah. I mean, they didn't have to imagine any of it. It was already done.
Right.
I totally agree with you. Actually, an indoor water park would actually be kind of interesting. So like those cold days in December and January in Central Florida, it's like, oh, we're staying here and we can go indoor water parking stuff.
The thunderstorms and all of that stuff that they're closing the pools down, everybody out of the pool because the thunderstorm's coming. You don't have to do that if you're inside. So. It'd be kind of interesting. That'd be different.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's not like there are movie franchises that are doing like really good at the box office right now anyway. So I don't know if they could really afford to be doing anything elaborate like that. But
they got any movies out? I don't know if they have anything out.
Yeah, I don't know anything that would really be bringing anything at the box office,
$1.2 billion. Oh my gosh.
It's absolutely crazy.
Anyway, so what's this change in the membership agreement? What's that all about, Joe?
So, again, they're friends of DVCnews.com. A change to membership agreements for DVC resorts is allowing Disney greater flexibility in assigning a use year to points that it sells to the public. So now when Disney sells points to the public, it can assign any of the 8 use years to those points. So we've discussed that in the past. I think it's like February. It's not every month is a use year. There's a few that it skips months, but I think February is the first one. So it says, now when Disney sells points to the public, it can assign any of the 8 use years. This means that a unit may have points with different use years. It also means that when Disney reacquires points via the foreclosure process or when exercising its right of first refusal, it can change the use years of those points when it sells them. Now, this is where I wish Emily and Brad were here because they would know all the ins and outs of how these contracts are, set up and stuff like that.
Right.
But this change applies to all DVC resorts. The new language is already included for the Copper Creek Villas and Cabins and also for Disney's Riviera Resort when they were filed. The membership agreements for the other 13 DVC resorts were amended on March 8th, 2019, to include the new language. It says being able to assign any use year to points as they are sold allowed Disney to better respond to buyers' needs. This change does not affect the owner's interest of current DVC members. Members' deeds retain their original use year and will not change. Even if a member sells their ownership interest on the resale market, the points will retain their original use year. So I guess this is giving Disney more flexibility when they're buying back all of these ROFRs, to say, hey, well, we want, for example, Emily is a great example of this. When she was looking for her contract for Grand Floridian, she wanted a September use year, whatever she wanted. This will give Disney that opportunity to say, okay, well, we have the points that Emily wants, 100 points at Grand Floridian, but with a March use year, we're just going to make this September and give her a call now and reallocate the points.
Right.
So, now I don't know how that would work because this is where our experts, Emily and Brad, would be like, well, the X number of points for this use year and how they're divided up. I don't know how that would work because I believe each resort and each probably month has a number of points assigned, unless they would shift things around, Bob. I don't know, but but it definitely on the surface gives Disney flexibility as they're reacquiring all of these other contracts by foreclosure or by RFR to, so they're not stuck with them. They could essentially they're making it easier for themselves to unload these back onto the public.
That's what I was going to say. It almost sounds like they're getting things set up for
they're not penalizing themselves,
right? And to kind of even the playing field a little bit with the resale market so that they're not having to battle the resale market as much. Let's face it, everything that they've done thus far is to push people further away from the resale market. They're not
Absolutely.
giving you the perks that you're getting if you buy directly from them. You're not getting, whatever else, all the other stuff that you can get if you buy directly from them. And this sounds like it's just another way for them to say, hey, it's better to buy through us. We can change the use year and you can have all of your points the same use year.
And we've discussed this here before, where if you're looking for a specific contract, we said, Disney does have resale. They don't really advertise it. But if you were to call up your guide and say, hey, listen, I'm really interested in Saratoga Springs, and like, hey, listen, I want another 100 points at Saratoga Springs at a February use year. If you can't find anything on the resale market, which was highly, you would find something. But if you wanted to buy it from Disney, this just gives them complete flexibility to be like, listen, we got 100 points here. We could just make 100 points because we have this plethora of points for December sitting here. We'll just make it 100 for February, Joe. Here you go. And this is the price for it. And it's done. So, it's, like you said, everything is just to push it away from the resale market. They're very creative with the ways they're coming up to, and they're amending things, and well, it's
good. At least they're paying attention, and
it doesn't affect me. For a lot of people, it's really not going to affect them. It just gives it actually is really giving you more flexibility as a buyer. So if you really want to buy from Disney, at least they're not handcuffing themselves. You could call up your guide and be like, listen, this is what I want, make it happen, and they'll probably make it happen.
Right. I just don't want Disney to do what Disney has a tendency to do sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, where now they've kind of pushed the resale market out, and now they can just charge whatever they feel like charging, and it, you know, takes a lot of people out of the DVC possibilities. They just can't afford it. And I'm hoping that's not where we're headed with this, because a lot of people, you know this, a lot of people were able to buy into DVC because of the resale market.
I'm one of them, Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that Jen and I could afford buying the point values. I mean, we could. It would hurt a lot. Right. Lot more. Like a lot more. I mean, we saved up for when we bought our contracts, but it would be really, really tough for us to do it now. I mean, because we paid 81 a point, and they're selling them for 181 or plus a point. I mean, it's they got to be careful. I mean, I know we just talked about that. People are willing to pay, and there are people that can pay it and will pay it. But let's be real here. Look at how much money you have spent going to the parks because you're a DVC owner. And I don't, you know, however you get them in, that's what should be emphasized here. However we get people to buy DVC, that's the goal here, because once they buy DVC, we got them in the parks. They're not staying off property. They're coming in. Usually, you just said you were at the annual pass holder night last night. Yep. Usually DVC owners are buying the annual passes. They're coming down more than once a year. You know, don't price those folks out of the market is what I'm saying, because it's not a one and done for you guys. It's an every year, sometimes twice a year. And Disney's got to be careful of that. It's got to plateau soon. You would think it's got to plateau. I mean, I don't have any kind of financial or scientific evidence to back up the statement, but it has to plateau soon. I just can't see it. I don't know what other perks they could offer to justify 200 plus a point. Right. Especially when you have other properties on properties, such as you have I think it was at the Waldorf, the Ritz, or is close by too. I mean, you have some very high end resorts that are within the area. Right. I don't see it or any higher unless they're really going to, give you extra fast passes. I don't know, but it's got to plateau eventually. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're getting close. So we'll see how Riviera sells. I think that's going to be a telltale sign as to where they're at. The market will dictate, right? Yeah. Especially after what we talked about last month about the fact that you can only resell or stay at Riviera, in essence. So, all right. So here's an email that we got. It says, "Hey guys, I was shocked when I heard my very own letter on the DVC Roundtable last month. I love the show so much. I want to clarify that I don't have regrets about buying my DVC points that I already got. I love them. However, Disney's new selling restrictions completely changed my mind about buying a new direct property. They have pushed me away, we were just talking about that, from buying any new properties. Why would I ever buy a new one when I can get a resale cheaper and it's easier to sell? Of course, I never plan to sell. I know it's not an investment, but I know how life throws things at you, and I might have to someday, which would be really, really sad. Just like when buying a car, which also is not an investment, I consider the resale value when making my purchase. So I keep an eye out for just the right resale contract instead of buying a new one from Disney. Thanks for keeping my rant anonymous." Are we going to do that again this time? I appreciate it. No, we will. And I'm so disappointed that I didn't outrant Bob. I'm a paid professional. Nobody outrants. Do I ever rant? I don't remember ever ranting. Anyway, I mean, really, I thought that listing all those things Disney did in the past year that makes DVC less attractive will get me some rant cred. And don't even get me started on the parking fee. Yeah, me neither. I can't wait for more podcasts. As always, feel free to add and edit. Says thanks, Tim. So, you betcha. That was from our Tim. Always feel free to. This is an edit-free 2019, so we're going to leave that one in the show. So there you go. See, I just read what Tim puts in front of me. You guys know that by now. And usually, I'm telling you,
he changes the names of these menu items, by the way. He's making words up now just to throw me. So anyway, so yeah, I mean that's exactly what we were talking about, Joe. Is the resale is it's just a way for people to get in that otherwise couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, and you're buying DVC. You're not buying DVC for the 10% discount at shopping, or for the discount for annual park passes. Yes, it definitely helps when you get those perks when but you're buying it for a place to stay. Yeah, it's not an investment. Buying a boat. They say about buying a boat, the worst days are when you buy it, when you sell it, whatever, or the
right,
the best days are when you buy it and sell it. Same thing with DVC, right?
Right. Exactly.
DVC is not an investment. You buy it to use it. We all enjoy going to the parks. We enjoy going to Alani or Hilton Head or Vero. It's funny. I've actually talked to some other people, yesterday at the parks, and we were talking about like Vero, and I looked at Jen and said, we should try Vero one day. It'd be just a trip to 95 for us. And so you buy the DVC to experience different places and, but yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable with that and not getting those perks, yeah, keep an eye out for that resale contract. That is, there's a couple different, I mean, we don't endorse any of them on this show, but there's a few reputable resale market, companies out there where you could put in search criteria and they'll send you alerts and they'll send you emails and you can find exactly what you want at the price you want. Right. I mean, so if you're patient enough, it's like anything else, when you're buying or looking for a house or a car, you could probably find the contract that you want. Within something that's realistic, as long as, it's not too low or Disney's going to snatch it up. Cause I've read that they've actually been snatching up more contracts recently than usual, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and please, if anybody else wants to, have we love answering emails on the show. Bob, I'm sure you do too. So If anybody has any questions, don't be surprised if we read them on the air. Reach out
to the DVC Roundtable members. They're on Looper Nation Live and Resort Loop. We'll make sure that they get your questions and help you out, because it is. I mean, it's one of those things that you research what house you want to buy. You research what car you want to buy. You got to research these how to buy DVC, because it's so complicated, and that's why we have you guys on, obviously, is because you guys kind of cut through the weeds, if you will, and help the listeners out to better understand it. I know I never knew all of the things that I know now about DVC if it weren't for you guys, so we appreciate it.
And by no means are all of us experts in this field. I am a DVC lover. I've been through the resale process twice. I've used points everywhere pretty much. So that I can, I help with. Brad and Emily have their expertise on things. So whatever we could do, we are not the one-stop shop. We don't know everything, but if we could help somebody, point somebody in the right direction or clear up something that would make the process of buying easier, or the process of saying, hey, is this right for us? That's what we're here for. I mean, that's what we love doing this. And there's so many resources out there. So just, research it, take your time with it, because it is a big investment. I mean, it's really literally tens of thousands of dollars. And the last thing you want to do is, the place that we all love going to is to buy something that maybe you don't want. It kind of ruins it. So, you're stuck with it. So
I think the key words you just said was take your time.
That's it.
Take your time with it and make sure it's the right move for you too.
It ain't going anywhere, right, Bob? I mean,
it's not going. It's not
50
going
years
anywhere.
coming up. It's not going anywhere. So
I tell you, I would absolutely love to hear about a fifth gate opening up out down there, but I think we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for that. So, you got anything else, Joe? That's all we got. Tim said always feel free to add and edit. So. Thanks.
Yeah, you also did read that too for everybody.
Yeah, so everybody knows.
No, I mean it's a pretty light month for DVC news, but just to add a couple other things. Just being down in Walt Disney World yesterday. Construction starting up for Epcot on the front entrance of the park. They've already got it all roped off. They're doing more construction out by Tron. They're doing some other kind of construction out in front of Space Mountain too. I'm not quite sure what's going on out there. construction everywhere. They're still going full steam ahead, even though Galaxy's Edge is almost done. I mean, they're still doing a lot of stuff down there. I mean, things are still moving. So lots going on in Walt Disney World. So it's going to be it's an exciting time. I mean, it's every time I go now, Bob. And I go a lot more than most people do. I'm very lucky to get to do that. You know, I get to do my day trips here and there, and I feel like I'm always seeing something that's almost to completion. So it's a pretty exciting time to get
that is exciting.
Yeah. Myself and a couple of the other guys from the Mickey Dudes will be down there in a couple of weeks. So if you're down there, hit us up. And also too, Bob, I don't know about you, but I'm trying to be down there for the last Illumination show. I've got that circled on my calendar. So hopefully I can get down there for that as well. So lots going on this year, but it's an exciting time to be going to Walt Disney World. But besides that, DVC's got nothing else for you tonight.
All right. Well, very good. So and again, where can people find you, and who are you going to be down there with?
So I'm going to be down there with the guys from the Mickey Dudes podcast. I'm going to be down there, I think, in a couple of weekends. So just follow us on Twitter at the Mickey Dudes. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Joequatt. It's JoeQuatt. We'll be down there having a good time. You can find me also on the show over there. You can also find me on the Disney Dads podcast. I've been on there a couple of times. Justin and the guys over there, a great show. They do a good job over there as well. So yeah, take a listen to me over there too as well. But yeah, looking forward to seeing if anybody's down there the next couple of weeks. Hit us up on Twitter.
Great. Is Pat going to be down there again? He was just down there.
No, Pat. It's going to be myself and Dave Koch, Tim Schweska, Jeff is going to be down there, and also Stephen Maxwell's coming over from Scotland, and I think Mike is coming up from Miami. So there's a bunch of us. So it's going to be fun to meet some of the guys I've never met before from the other show I'm on. So yeah, no better place, and it's fun with the podcasting world. Everybody kind of comes together down at Walt Disney World from all over the world, so it's going to be a good time. Absolutely. So anyway, guys, thank you all for listening. As Tim says, you guys can find us all over social media. Thanks again for Emily, Rebecca, and Brad. We miss you guys. We can't wait for the next DVC Roundtable. Hope everybody can make that one. And as Tim says, you've been listening to The Gateway to the Magic. See you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoop.com.